Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve. Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
An outstanding program that by and large was only heard on the West Coast of the United States in its initial run. Now, I will also say that it did air on a couple occasions nationwide, but by and large throughout the entire run of The Whistler, it was anchored basically on the West Coast of the United States under the sponsorship of the Signal Oil Company. The Whistler this hour, June 17th, 1946, The Affair at Stoney Ridge.
The Signal Oil Program, The Whistler. That whistle is your signal for the Signal Oil Program, The Whistler.
I am the Whistler, and I know many things, for I walk by night. I know many strange tales hidden in the hearts of men and women who have stepped into the shadows. Yes, I know the nameless terrors of which they dare not speak.
Yes, friends, it's time for The Whistler, rated by independent research the most popular West Coast radio program. And remember, let every traffic signal remind you, with new Signal gasoline, you do go farther than ever. Look for the familiar big yellow and black circle sign that identifies those popular Signal service stations throughout the West from Canada to Mexico. And now The Whistler's strange story, The Affair at Stoney Ridge.
Myra's mind was numb, and there was a tight, tense feeling in her throat as she gripped the steering wheel of the old car, guiding it up the narrow road to Stoney Ridge Farm. She decided it was best not to think, that it was better to have the dull, numb feeling than to go back over it again and again, to realize that it was true that Jody was gone, that he didn't love her, that Jody loved a tall, slender girl with painted lips and lazy, laughing eyes. It was spring, and a line storm was on the way. Soon she'd be back at Stoney Ridge Farm with stubborn old Uncle Rance and sharp-tongued Bess, his wife. Soon the rain would come thudding down, drowning out her poor dream of happiness with Jody. And she'd go back to the life she thought she was leaving forever. The road narrowed, and she came over the rise to see Stoney Ridge again, narrowing as though to hold imprisoned the farm that rests below. Just one more turn, Myra. Don't forget your bag, Myra. The bag that holds your wedding dress.
Aunt Bessie? Aunt Bessie? Uncle Rance? Where are you?
You wonder for a moment at the stillness of the house as you put down your bag and move into the kitchen. There's something puzzling in the cold ashes of the stove, the chill of the small water tank. It's later in the morning than you thought. Uncle Rance and Bess must be in the fields. Then, as you move to the back door, a man carrying a gun steps from the barn 30 feet away. A tall, wide-shouldered man who walks with the wary stealth of an Indian.
Jody?
Ma,
It's you.
what are you doing here, Ma?
You come for me, haven't you, Jody?
How long you been here?
Just came.
Just now?
Yeah. You did come for me, didn't you, Jody?
Yeah. Yeah, I came for it.
Jody, I'm so glad. So glad you'll never know.
Let's get into the house.
Yes, Jody. Yes. Let's sit in the parlor. It's warmer.
What you come back here for?
I had to, Jody.
What do you mean you had to?
Sit down, Jody. Sit down next to me.
You little fool. Do you want to mess everything up? I told you when to meet me tonight.
Don't be angry with me, Jody.
When I go to look for you, you wasn't there.
But I got in town early. An hour early. Searched for you. Then I saw you with her.
Huh?
You were parked in a car with a girl. Had your arms around her. Oh, Jody.
Where'd you go then? Where'd you spend the night?
With a friend. Got up early this morning, drove home.
Spent the night in town, eh?
Jody, how could you?
It's okay. Don't cry. Everything's gonna be all right. Look, Myra, I come back for you, didn't I? Didn't Jody come back? Sure I did.
And you said we were going to be married. You said so.
Well, who said we were?
Always.
I'd like to see anybody in Tennessee try to stop us. Oh, cut out the crying. What do you say? Huh?
Jody,
Yeah?
who was she?
Huh? Oh, she wasn't nobody. Just a town girl. Look, Myra, I'm just kidding around. Every man does that once in a while. Honest, she don't mean a thing. You're my girl.
Am I, Jody?
We're getting married today, ain't we?
Today? Oh, Jody. Uncle Ransom ain't best. They must know I'll come back.
Ransom bed? I meant to tell you. They were just leaving when I come. Said something about helping somebody with alfalfa before it rained. Storm coming
Then
up
let's go, Jody. Let's go before they get back.
Well, what's the rush? We got plenty of time. They'll be stuck there a long time if it rains. Besides, I want to talk with you.
Jody,
Yeah?
what you doing with that gun?
This? Oh, I thought I'd get me a rabbit on the way up. Say, listen, Ma. Is it on the level what they say about old Rains? I mean, about all the cash he's got stashed away?
Yeah. Uncle Ransom's got some money.
I mean, a lot.
I don't know, Jody. I don't know how much he's got. Why?
No reason. No reason at all. Just heard he had a lot. Somebody said he kept it here. Didn't leave in bank.
Who said that?
It is here in the house, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they said, all right.
Jody, let's go. Hate to have him find me here after I ran out on him. Look, my bag's still packed. I'm all ready.
Plenty of time. I like sitting here with you. This is the way it's going to be from now on. Just you and me together.
It's so good.
We're going to get along swell together. None of this farm work anymore. We'll head for the big city. I'll get me a job.
The city? Oh, Jody.
Nothing's going to be too good for you. All you're going to do is sit home and take it easy. How you like that?
Go on, Jody. Talk some more.
All the pretty clothes you want. And believe me, I mean it. Only, well, you got to do things my way.
Anything. I'll do anything you ask.
That's my girl talking. We're sure going to get along swell. You know, I was just thinking.
Yeah.
About old Ransom.
Yes, Jody.
Where's he keep all that dough, do you know? Just curious.
I can't tell you that.
You know, don't you?
Yeah.
You can tell me, Myra. Shucks, ain't I gonna be your husband?
I can't tell you, Jody. It's their secret. Wouldn't be right.
What's wrong about it? Don't you trust me?
Please, Jody.
That's it. You don't trust me. Me, the man you're gonna marry. Well, how do you like that?
I trust you, Jody. Of course I do.
You sound like it. Yeah, you sound a lot like it. Well, I guess that's it.
Where you going?
Where do you think? I'm gonna beat it, that's what. I'm going home, and you can stick around in this hole the rest of your life.
Don't go.
You
gonna tell me? Look. What did old Rance ever do for you? Oh, Bessite. Nothing but work you 12 hours a day and treat you like a dog. You don't know him a thing, honey. Not a thing. Come on now, honey. Well, where is it, huh?
No.
I want that money, Myra.
Jody.
I'm gonna get it. Nobody, nothing is gonna stop me.
What are you gonna do?
Wait right here till Rance and Bess get back.
They'll never tell you. They're mean and stubborn, money-hungry.
They'll tell me.
You don't know them. They'd rather die.
They're gonna die.
Jody.
You think they can live after I get the money? They'd have me in jail an hour after they got to the phone.
Jody. Oh, no, you mustn't. Oh, I'll tell you. You mustn't harm them.
Well?
It's in the cellar.
Now you're talking. Well, what are we waiting for?
The cellar's locked. We'll have to get the key.
Okay.
You'll find it on the shelf of the hall closet upstairs. Right-hand side, I think.
You're not skipping out on me while I'm up there. Think I'm a sucker? I'll be waiting right here, keeping an eye on the road below.
All right, Jody. I'll get it.
Get going then. And listen, don't go fooling around up there. You just find that key and come down. Right down, you understand?
Yes. Yes, I understand.
With the prologue of The Affair at Stoney Ridge, the Signal Oil Company brings you another strange tale by The Whistler.
June 17th, 1946, The Whistler on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
You ever make a change and then think, why didn't I do this years ago? Well, that's how people feel about switching to Medishare for their health care, especially now with inflation the way it is. People are very happy with the savings. Most families save about $500 a month when they switch. It's a huge help when prices are going up so fast in so many other areas. And Medishare's customer satisfaction rate is double that of health insurance. It's just a different experience, and people really like that. Medishare is an alternative to health insurance. It's a community of Christians who share each other's healthcare bills, and it's been going strong for over 25 years. It really is the gold standard, the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. Find out why people love it, find out why they rave about the customer service, and find out how good it feels to save some money right now. They're super easy to talk to. Here's the number, 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE, 833-34-BIBLE.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of The Whistler, The Affair at Stoney Ridge, from June 17th, 1946.
Well, Myra, it's hard to believe that this man, this strange, savage creature is Jody. You're Jody, the man you love. He's waiting for you downstairs now as you start up to the closet to get him the key to the cellar where Uncle Rance has hidden his money. It's all been so bewildering. The sudden, breathtaking way you fell in love with Jody. The shock last night when you found him with a laughing-eyed girl. His concern over the money. As you start up the stairs, you try desperately to believe that Jody is playing a game, a weird, crazy joke, that soon he'll call to you and say it was all in fun. You stop on the stairs for a moment.
What are you waiting for, Myra?
No, Myra. This is no game. This is real. The closet, Myra. Reach up and get the key for Jody. He's waiting. Then, as you turn... Uncle Rance's room, Myra. You can see through the half-open door. Dresser drawers wide open, clothes scattered crazily about the floor. A chair lying on its back, broken in a dozen places. And on the bed, a crumpled sheet with an ugly red stain. Now you know, Myra. Your Jody has killed. All you can think of now is the telephone. You've got to get to the telephone. Down in the kitchen. Quietly, Myra, quietly. Down the hall, slowly, Myra. Carefully.
Myra!
Yes, Jody?
What's going on up there?
It's dark, Jody. I can't find it right away. I know it's here.
Shake it up or I'll come up and get it myself.
No, Jody. No, I'll find it. It's here somewhere. I'll be right down with it.
The rain is coming down hard now as you move silently down the hall to the back steps leading to the kitchen. Jody had never meant to marry you, had he, Myra? It was a trick to get you away from the farm so he could commit his crime without a witness. The rain, Myra, the blessed rain. It'll cover the sound of the creaking stairs. Slowly you start down. 3 more steps. And into the kitchen. Now, easy, Myra. Lift the receiver.
Hello, Myra. Better hang up the phone, hadn't you?
Jody.
I told you not to fool around up there. Shouldn't have gone into that room, Myra.
Room?
Yeah. I kind of liked you, too. I really did. Now you can open the cellar door. We're going downstairs, you and me.
What you gonna do with me?
What can I do? You know too much. Go ahead now, like a good girl. I'll be right behind you.
Jody, don't.
Start walking.
Jody!
Start walking. Who's that?
I don't know.
Quiet. Listen.
That's Benson's horn.
Benson.
An old friend, Uncle Raines.
What's he want?
I don't know.
Don't make a sound. You wait till he goes away. Keep your mouth closed if you know what's good for you. If he comes in the back way, I'll get him. And I mean get him.
But he will. He always does when nobody's home.
Then it's going to be too bad.
Let me talk to him. I'll send him away. I won't let him in.
That's up to you. Tip him off or let him in and you know what happens.
Promise I won't.
Be right next to you behind the door. I've been listening and watching. Now open it.
Hello, Myrie. Thought nobody was to home.
They're gone. I mean, Uncle Raines and Aunt Bessie. They're helping the Beatles get in the alfalfa.
Ain't here, huh?
I'd ask you in, but Aunt Bess just washed the kitchen floor. Well, last night...
Don't know as to blame you. Anyway, I just stopped for a second. What's the matter, girl? You look sort of peaked.
I'm all right.
Look peaked to me. What you need's a big cup of sulphur and molasses, most like. Well, tell Rance I was around.
I will, Mr. Benson.
Nothing I can do for you in town?
No. No, thank you, Mr. Benson. There's nothing you can do for me in town.
Well, I better get out of the rain. Bye, Myrie.
Bye. He's gone.
It's getting late, Myra.
Jody, isn't there anything?
There ain't nothing else to do. Sell the door. Unlock it.
Jody.
Get going. Start walking down. I'm right behind you. Keep moving. Well?
There it is. Up there on the top shelf. Old leather trunk.
Get it.
I can't reach it. It's up much too high.
Get a chair. Now get up there and pull it down.
It's heavy.
I said pull it down.
I'm trying to, Jody. I can't move it.
You ain't half trying. Get off from that chair. Go on now, get off. Now hold it steady while I get up there. I said hold it steady. It is heavy there. I'm getting it, though. It's coming. Hang on to that chair, Myra. Myra! Myra!
You're free, Myra. He's locked in the cellar and you're safe. Quick now, start your car. You fumble for the ignition switch. The keys, Myra. The ignition key's in your purse and the purse is in the house. You'll have to go back.
My purse in the kitchen. I'm sure I left it. It's not here.
He's pounding on that door, Myra. He'll break through in a minute.
Where did I... It's in the cellar. I took it with me.
The door's giving way. Nothing to do now but hide behind the sofa.
Myra! That door. She's out of the car.
And the conclusion of The Whistler, June 17th, 1946, along with another episode of The Couple Next Door from 1960, follows these important words from your favorite station. I'm Wyatt Cox. This is Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secrets to lose 3 to 5 pounds a week easily without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt by Med Diet. For the last 2 decades, we've been helping people just like you that have pounds they want to shed. We've helped millions of people lose thousands and thousands of pounds over the years. And now it's your turn. Learn the secrets of how to lose weight with one simple phone call. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're ready to start losing weight right now, call right now to learn more about your risk-free order to Body Sculpt.
Call for your risk-free offer. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. That's 800-738-5332.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt. Your shoulder hurts. Your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you.
And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required.
Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary.
800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. That's 800-492-8164.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of The Whistler and the affair at Stoney Ridge from June 17th, 1946.
He's outside in the rain looking for you. Quietly, you slip up to your room and lock the door. He'd never believe you dare hide there. You can see him through a crack in the window out by the car. It's quiet now. Nothing but the rain and the bawling of the cattle outside. Then he turns and comes back in the house. You stand there tense, waiting for the nightmare to begin again.
Myra. I know you're in there, Myra. Open the door. I want to talk to you. I won't hurt you, honest. I know you're thinking about Rance and Bess, but ain't you better off without them? They was mean and stingy. Stop acting like a little fool, Myra. I know you're in there. I'm going to bust the door down in a minute.
You look out the window, 20 feet to the wet ground sloping steeply away from the house. Then you remember the window of the next room on your left. By leaning far out, you can just reach it.
You hear what I said, Myra? I'm going to bust this door down.
You get your finger under the sill and push. And slowly the sash rises. Quietly, you let yourself out, hanging onto the sill, letting your body swing into space. You get hold of the sill and pull yourself up and into the room.
Now, gotta get down to that phone.
You're a clever kid, Myra. No, you don't.
Let go of me. Help!
Shut up, Myra. Kill you if you open your trap once more, understand? Okay. Now, where's that money?
In the suitcase.
It ain't in the suitcase. Where'd they put it?
I thought it was.
Don't lie to me. Where'd they put it?
Jody, I don't know. I can't. I'm dizzy. I feel pain, Jody.
Where did they put it?
Let me sit down. Let me sit.
Answer me. Did you hear what I said? You're going to tell me where old man Raines hid that money, and I have to beat it out of your skull. Listen to me, Myra. Where did he put it? I'll kill you, so help me. Where did he put it? Where? Where did he put it?
The last you remember, Myra, is Jody leaning over you, shrieking that he'd kill you if you didn't tell him where the money was. And you didn't know. There was nothing you could do. You were helpless. You knew he was going to kill you, Myra, and you were helpless. The room started whirling. It came closer. Then everything went black. When you opened your eyes to look around, you discovered you were in bed in your room. Everything was quiet.
What happened? Jody!
Take it easy, girl. Everything's all right.
Oh, Mr. Benson. You came back. You came back.
Yeah, just about the time I got to town, I figures there's something mighty wrong out here.
Wrong?
Hear them cattle? Rance wasn't the sort of man to leave his critters bellering to be milked. Too good a farmer for that. Knowed there was something fishy going on, so I come back with the sheriff.
But Uncle Range's money. Jody.
Funny in a way. I guess 'cause I've been advising Rance for years on his money matters, I'm the only one he ever told where he kept that money. Never told nobody else, not even Bessie. Know where it was? Sewed up in the lining of his old overcoat. The coat Jody buried him in.
Next Monday at 9 o'clock, The Whistler will bring you another strange tale. The Whistler is broadcast for your entertainment by the marketers of Signal gasoline and motor oil and fine quality automotive accessories, and by your neighborhood Signal dealer. Featured in tonight's cast were Peggy Weber and Edmund McDonald. This program produced by George W. Allen, with tonight's story by Louis Esty, music by Wilbur Hatch, is transmitted to our troops overseas by the Armed Forces Radio Service.
June 17th, 1946, The Whistler on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Are you suffering with arthritis or osteoporosis? Do you have diabetes? Did you know that these are just two of the hundreds of diseases that have seen improvement with Dr. Wallach's incredible longevity products? You can't get them at a health food store. The only way to get them is to call us at 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065. Do you have heart disease, fibromyalgia, or high blood pressure? Do you have a terrible time losing weight? Dr. Wallach can help. He was a veterinarian and cured diseases in animals. He felt that he could do the same for humans, so he became a physician. Over 50 years of research and helping people like you goes into every bottle of Dr. Wallach's amazing discoveries. Do you want to feel better? Learn how to treat the cause of your problem rather than covering up the symptoms with drugs. Call 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065.
Peg-Lynch started in radio at age 15. She was whelping KROC radio in Rochester, Minnesota, dealing with a radio station belonging to a classmate's father, wrote copy, interviewed celebrities. Then she landed a job at KATE in Albert Lee, Minnesota, and then went on to national fame, producing The Private Lives of Ethel and Albert, The Couple Next Door, and late in her life, The Little Things in Life. She passed away in 2015 at the age of 98, and her daughter continues to maintain a website for her at peg-lynch.com. From June 17, 1960, Peg-Lynch, Alan Bunce, The Couple Next Door.
CBS Radio brings you The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
Hello, Ginny? May I speak to your mother, please? Mrs. Piper, dear. Thank you.
For Pete's sakes, you're going to get my breakfast instead of just sitting there making all these phone calls?
Honey, can't you get your own breakfast just one morning when you know how desperate I am? I have to recruit some workers today. The bazaar is tomorrow. I say hello.
Well...
Oh, Marion? Listen, do you have any time at all today to come over and help me make some costume headdresses for the children's makeup booth at the bazaar tomorrow? Oh, 300 all told, and I've only made about 100. Indians, pirates, princess crowns. Yes. No. For 25 cents, the children get any kind of makeup they want put on, plus a headdress of their choice. But I didn't find out it. Oh. Uh-huh. Well, sure. Well, if you find you do have an extra hour or so that you don't know what to... Yes. All right, Marion. I know. Yeah, thanks anyway. Goodbye. Boy, it takes emergencies to find out who your friends are. Bill's birthday. She's going to be busy making a cake and so forth. Wouldn't you think she could help me out for an hour or so?
Darling, look, don't blame Marion. Just because you're in a jam, you can't expect everybody else to just drop everything and come to the rescue.
No, I guess not. Well, Eleanor and Ann are coming anyhow. And please, try to get home early yourself this afternoon so you can help me too, will you? Please? I mean, if you love me, dear, you'll help me out of this.
I love you, and I'll try to get home early to help you.
Take them into the dining room.
She just put Bobby up for his nap. We've got all the stuff for the headdresses in the dining room here.
Good heavens, it looks like a costume factory. Have you been helping too, Betsy?
I'm making the Indian headdresses. I cut out strips of cardboard, and then I colored them with zigzags and things. See?
Oh, yes. Isn't that pretty?
Thank you. Then I just staple an Indian feather on each one, and the band fastens around the head like this, with a rubber band in back.
Oh, yes, that's clever. How many do you have to make?
60, and I've only made 26 so far. It's a job.
Hi, Ann, Eleanor. Honestly, I can't thank you enough for dropping over to help me out. Well, the SOS you sent out sounded so desperate. Eleanor and I thought we'd better report for work at once.
Well, just tell us what we have to do.
Yeah.
The bazaar's tomorrow.
Oh, don't I know it? And the next time I'm idiotic enough to accept being chairman of some committee for this bazaar, I better have my head examined. To find out at the last minute that I had to make 300 inexpensive headdresses, I tell you,
How come you didn't
know that? Well, it was a new idea last year, and I wasn't even at the bazaar last year. We didn't go. Why, I've gone crazy this week, rushing around frantically buying materials, gold paper for the crowns, red cambric for pirates'
Now,
scarves,
calm
and
down. We're here to help. No good crying over spilt milk.
Well,
let's get to work. Tell us what we have to do.
Yeah.
Any sewing?
No sewing. I decided to staple everything. Now, Betsy's doing the Indians, bless her heart. So, Eleanor, If you would cut out the gold crowns for the queens, now there's 60 of them. There's the heavy gold paper, and there's a cardboard model there, to cut her around. And you finish the brides. I've done 40 of them. They're just this little white headband. You staple a square yard of white veiling across the top like this. And then staple a little white paper flower on each side.
Oh, they're darling. What are the pirates?
Well, I got 36 yards of red cambric, cut it into triangular pieces with the pinking shears, and then it ties around the head, well, like this with a brass curtain ring for an earring. There, I've done 32 of these, but I haven't even started the bridesmaids, and there's 90 of those. Oh, we'll never get them all done. We just won't. We
won't if we don't get to work. Now, come on. That's why we're here.
Well, now let's see.
Now, where's the scissors so I can cut out the gold crown?
And the stapler. Well, now, I'll need the stapler.
Could I have just one of the staplers I brought home from the office? I mean, if you want me to help with all this.
Stapler.
Stapler?
No, I took it. I'm sorry. I took it.
Oh.
What are you looking for, Elner?
Somebody took my scissors.
I guess I did. I'm sorry. I was cutting more Indian headbands.
Hey, who took my sandwich? I laid it right down here. My sand right here.
Oh, was that yours? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was mine.
Man, really?
Boy, all I can say is I never thought I'd see the day when I was drafted into stapling bridal veils into an assembly line while I munched sandwiches for dinner.
And look at the time. We haven't even started the 90 bridesmaids.
Well, now, I can start them. What do I do? What do they like?
Well, they had to look different from the brides, so I got the idea of taking a large paper doily. Where's the one I made up, Betsy?
I don't know. It's such a mess here. I can't find anything.
We'll look for it, will you, dear? It's here on the dining room table somewhere. Here it is. I cut the center of the doily out, just leaving a sort of 3-inch wide circle of lacy paper, like this.
Yes.
Then I gathered about a yard of veiling. I cut them all into veiling in squares and stapled it around half the edge of the
it looks darling, doesn't it, Anne?
Yeah.
Well, it isn't going to be darling making 90 of them now. And how do they stay on?
Now, here, Betsy, let me put it on your head. You be the model. Huh? Come here. Turn around, honey. The doily can be pinned on each side with bobby pins. You just set it on the head. So it then sort of frames the face like a bonnet, sort of, and then the veiling hangs down the back, and I have different colored veiling, blue and pink, green, and yellow, and then a flower stapled on the side.
Well, it's a cute idea, just as cute as can be.
Yeah, well, look, I agree with Ann. It's not going to be so cute making 90 of them, and I suggested we get some sense of organization now about this whole business. Somebody cuts the center out of the doily. Somebody staples on the veiling. Somebody else does the flowers.
All right.
Somebody answers the phone.
Yeah, can you get it, dear? I'll show Ann how to start these.
Boy, the next time you tell somebody you'll be chairman or something, you better find out exactly what's involved.
All right. Just get the phone. Ann, if you start cutting the round centers out of the doilies, I'll be through with the pirate scarves, and then I'll help you with...
Well, I've lost my scissors again. It must be under something.
Scissors.
Why don't we put up a card table? Betsy's right. There's such a mess here.
Yeah, I know.
It's a Mrs. Bush. She wants to know if you had enough high school girls to help put their makeup on tomorrow.
Oh...
I said it's a Mrs. Bush.
I heard you.
Well, do you have enough?
I don't have any.
Mrs. Bush, she doesn't have any.
You mean you were supposed to line up high school girls to help?
Yes, I guess so. Anyhow, I forgot. When I heard about having to make these 300 headdresses, I was so flabbergasted I forgot about everything else.
Mrs. Bush wants to know if you checked with the grounds committee about the number of tables and chairs you need for the booth.
Grounds committee? Tables, chairs?
Also, have you had the posters made up?
What posters?
Mrs. Bush, my wife has just collapsed into a chair. Her last words were, "What posters?"
Honestly, this is just terrible.
Mrs. Bush is the drama teacher at the high school. She was on the committee for this booth last year, and she says she'll be glad to drop over tonight if you need any more help.
I need any more help.
And get her some coffee, and I'll get her some aspirin. Now, for goodness sakes, pull yourself together. Don't have a nervous breakdown over this spring bazaar.
I think so, yes.
I don't know why we have them anyhow. We barely make expenses.
I don't know why we do either. It just makes me sick.
Here, dear, here, have a hot cup of coffee now. I must say I don't see how you let Mrs. Houston talk you into being chairman of the makeup booth anyhow.
I was watching a TV show months ago when she called. You know how mad people get when you say you're watching something and can't talk, so I just said, yes, I'd do it to get her off the phone. Anyhow, I just thought it meant putting makeup on children for a play or something.
Well, you should have found out exactly what was involved. For a week now, our life has been turned upside down just because of all this idiotic headdress business. Now, I don't mean to be unpleasant about this, but I think you women should have should have outside activities, but then you have to learn some system of organization. No, I mean it, hon.
Goodness, leave her alone. She's upset enough. Anyhow, you sound just like Fred. What do you husbands mean by a system of organization?
Yes, you men act as though it's the simple answer to everything.
First of all, women should learn to delegate authority. You always think you can do something better yourselves. That's where you make your mistake. When you're appointed chairman of something, find out exactly how much work is involved, form a committee, and apportion all the work to various committee members. Now, for example...
Darling, we don't have time to listen to examples. I've got the idea. So would my present committee get to work on these various headdresses? I'll make more coffee and sandwiches. What do you suppose this Mrs. Bush meant? Did I have the posters made up? What posters?
I don't know, but we'll know soon. She's on her way over.
All I can say is, Mrs. Bush, all I can say is you sound like a fairy godmother, really.
Well, the first thing to do is stop worrying. I should have called you sooner since I was on this committee last year and know all about it, but I've been so busy at school. I'll get busy and help with these headdresses, but the first thing I'd better do is call Bob Cooper. He's in charge of the grounds committee, and we'll need 6 card tables and 12 chairs and 1 long table. Then I'll call one of my art students and have him make up a long poster showing the kinds of headdresses the children can choose from. Oh, he's a very clever boy, very talented, and he'll have it ready by morning. Then I'll call some of my drama students to help with makeup. I made a list. Carol Banzak, Cindy Tyler, Wilson Lineborough, Paula DeMeo, Ellen Kaplan, Helen Hills, Beverly Lobdell, and Frank Palumbo. He's very good at making up the children who want to be clowns. And then
Well, all I can say is, Mrs. Bush,
Goodness! Oh, my goodness, call me Katie. No sense being formal, since we'll probably all be up together all night.
Well, Katie, all I can say is it's a pleasure to see a woman who has a sense of organization.
Well, it's a pleasure to hear a man say I have one. My husband thinks I'm hopeless.
Oh, well.
Well, I'll make these calls, and then I'll help you with the headdresses. By the way, since I'm calling the grounds committee, do you have anything more you need for your booth?
No, I'm all set.
My goodness, are you chairman of something, too?
Oh, yes, he's chairman of the barbecue grill. Don't you remember, Eleanor? He was at the first meeting of the chairman when we had that
I started to tell you earlier tonight when I was giving examples of how to organize. I just made George Buttram assistant chairman of my committee. You know, George loves to run things.
George Buttram?
Yeah, George Buttram, yeah. He said leave everything to him. I was busy. I didn't have time to figure out how many hot dogs and hamburgers and sacks of potato chips. And he's in the grocery business. Don't you see? George knows all about it.
But he's in Europe. The Buttrams left a month ago, dear.
Yes, I know they did. I know George and Alice very well. Alice is English, you know, and her mother lives in London, and she was suddenly taken ill, so George and Alice flew over very unexpectedly.
Yes, I saw Alice on the street. She was getting her passport.
In Europe? In Europe?
Yes, dear.
I know they went.
George is in Europe? Why in Sam Hill didn't he call me?
Well, honey, if they left because Alice's mother was ill, I suppose they didn't have time to think about the spring bazaar and hot dogs and
Do you mean you've done nothing about feeding all the people tomorrow? Well, there's always at least 500 who come.
More than that. And they have hot dogs and hamburgers and cupcakes, and I think you're in charge of ginger ale and things like that, too.
Don't collapse into a chair. We'll all pitch in and try to help you, dear.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It'll be a long time before you hear any more about having a sense of organization.
You knew George went to Europe, dear.
The Couple Next Door stars Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
June 17th, 1960, The Couple Next Door on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Please visit our webpage, classicradio.stream, because if you miss a day, you can hear our shows on demand there. You can learn more about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can find all of our social media links, and you can contact me there at classicradio.stream. By the way, there's a function there where, you can buy me a coffee, and I appreciate that. I'll use it either for Dr. Pepper or finding some more great old-time radio shows. That's something I never stop doing, looking for more great shows. Thank you for joining us today. Tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.